Welcome back, everyone. It's Friday, and you know what Friday means? Dance party. Let's do it.
I know, we had so much fun on yesterday's
You're like, this is our new thing.
dance party. And hey, it's Friday.
I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you
I
feel
love it. I love it.
because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy
You are somewhere where you can get up and you can shake and you can move.
because I'm happy
What are you not to the song?
feel like that's what you want to do. Here come that news talking that.
All
I'm
right.
just envisioning everybody dancing with us. So
Yes.
welcome,
let's
welcome
get
everybody. Day 5. Can you believe that we're at the end of the week? I feel like it literally flew by, even though we've accomplished so much.
It absolutely has. Absolutely. All right. So let's get started. It's day 5. Let's do this.
Yes.
So, we had homework from day 4 that everybody was commenting on. Everyone's a flower, a full bloom flower. I
Nice.
don't know if you saw it, but it was really, really nice that you guys took the time, did the assessment. Assessments are fun, aren't they? I just love doing assessments. And that's why we put them in there, right? It's something that we like to do. So we know that you might enjoy it too. And I don't know if you guys caught it yesterday, but we also had some really great testimonials that came in with our clients. We had Fawzia Raza. If you look into the guides, you'll find the testimonials. We had a live testimonial from Fawzia. We had a live testimonial from Sadia, who have made phenomenal progress in just a very short time, in less than 2 months. So make sure you check those out if you haven't. And then right after today, we will have another live testimonial for another one of our clients, Daniela Reynolds. Also, let's keep this party going. So what we did is we put together some bonus sessions for all of you. What you can expect is, today, right after this one, around 3:30 Eastern, maybe 30 minutes after, we will have Daniela come on live and share her experience, being in our program and what it's done for her life, her family, what she's building for herself, her 7-figure life that she's building for herself, and how much freedom and ease she has in just doing that, right? Tomorrow, we will have Brienne Hennessy, who is a voice empowerment coach. She's going to talk about what it is about why is it important to get your inner voice aligned with your outer voice? And what does that mean for building that influence for yourself and for the people around you? So that'll be on Saturday at 2 p.m. And then for those of you who, invited 5 friends and they registered, we have a bonus for you. So we'll read off those names here in a few minutes. Who all those are. So a lot of you invited some people, and we're having so much fun meeting all of your friends and your family that you've invited. So we will do that on that VIP pass that you will have to achieve your 1-year goal in 90 days will be at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow in a Zoom. So you will, once we announce your names, you will get a DM from your concierge with a link to register to get the Zoom link. Okay. So make sure you do that. Sunday at 2 p.m. We're going to keep it going. We will do we will have, I think it's Amanda, another one of our amazing clients, rockstar clients, who will be on live and telling you about her life, what it's done for her, being in our program. She's like, I'm with you guys for life. And we're like, we love you for life. Let's keep it going. So she's, you'll get to hear her story. Monday, we will have another guest. So the guest will be speaking on the 3 myths that stop entrepreneurs from hiring top performers. Like, what really stops you from taking that next step of hiring people onto your team? So she will be talking about that on Monday. Then Tuesday, we will be closing it out. Alexis and I, circling back on the mindset piece of it. We've got more to share on that day. And at midnight, Tuesday night Eastern, all of the videos will start to come down. We close the program, the enrollment part of the program. So that all happens Tuesday at midnight. Now, for those of you who've been in touch, and I think I have, I don't know, many calls booked over today and tomorrow. I think 11 from between today and tomorrow before midnight. Calls who are interested in learning more about our program. Make sure you take advantage of the bonus offer. We've got that fast action bonus that expires at midnight tomorrow night, and that gets you 4 one-on-ones. That's quarterly one-on-ones with either myself or Alexis. You get to choose for an hour so that we can deep dive, and whatever you're dealing with, we can work on that at that point. And you can really schedule that anytime within each quarter. Okay, so we don't normally give those one-on-ones because those in itself could, run anywhere from 500 to 1,000 per session. But we're doing this for the fast action, who are decision makers, ready to go. That's who we're offering it for. All right. Did I miss anything? Oh, Q&A. So tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern, if you can post that as a reminder for everyone. Oh, and we can get a Zoom link out. So we will have the Q&As. For those of you who have Q&As, those who have questions.
We have answers.
Right. We have answers. So I will do that on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Just threw that on, so I just didn't have that prepared. But yes, we will have that. All right. So shall we announce who the workshop winners are for tomorrow for Achieve Your 1 Year in 90 Days? We've got 11 of you. 11 of you really got out there, invited people, wanted to create a community for yourself, knew that other people could take some value out of their own self-leadership and building their dream team. So let's list out those names. We have Zora Rosati. I spoke to her. She's a lovely lady. And we have Bonnie Pickle. We have Hina Fatima. We have Umber Zain. We have Thera Chapman. Anonafil Magopes. Roxanne Hill. Fazia Reza. Tabana Jabin. Kanilwa. I'm sorry if I'm messing up the name, but it's Kanilwa Matodi, right? Matodi, I think. And Cassandra McKissack, I think. Cassandra. Yeah, I've talked to several of you already. And so congratulations. We get to see you all tomorrow. And for 75 minutes, we're going to do a workshop on, achieving your 1 year goal in 90 days. So bring your goal. If you want to bring several, that's fine. But we're going to work on just one. And we're going to lay out the map of how do you achieve it in 90 days. All right. Okay. So that's who we have. And for those of you who are new and just joining, you're at day 5 of our masterclass. If you want to see the replays of day 1 through 4, you can go into the guide section of Women Who Lead. You'll see there's a guide section. You'll see everything lined out from day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you still can't find it, say I don't know where to find the recordings or the replays, or I don't know who my concierge is. So if you say that, if you put that in the comments, the concierge will reach out to you and send you all the replay links and your workbook. You want to make sure you have your workbook. We have a really nice 22-page workbook here. Oops, got it all. So it should look like this. 22 pages, and we are on page 10 today. So make sure you have page 10 out for yourself. What else? Homework. And yeah, we talked about homework already, right?
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover?
I'm just going to quickly recap, and then we will jump right into today because we still have a ton of stuff to share with you. So we've started the week off really getting clear on who you are as a leader now and the type of leader that you want to be. We looked into, how do you show up with influence and what that looks like in your life and for the people that are around you. Then we got into that dream team vision. What does it look like for you and your business or your career? What exactly does that look like? You have to get real clear on that and how you show up and make it happen. Yesterday, we talked about that limitless mindset. And then today we're gonna keep going with some of that mindset work, because really that is the foundation to build the successful business, a successful career, successful relationships on. And we're gonna help you actually build the roadmap to your path to 7 figures. So we're gonna start today off in the notebook, in the workbook. If you've got that open, I'm gonna share some ideas with you, and you'll be able to follow along for the first little bit.
Day 5, it should look like this. It's page 10, okay?
And so, we've talked about, like, how do you build that team to help support you to reach all of your goals? How do you really have that vision? And here's the thing, you probably signed up for this workshop or the masterclass when you saw the title and you think, yeah, I have a problem with my team. But here's the thing, and this is what we find over and over and again. You think you have a team problem, but what you really have is a leadership problem. And I know that can be a sour pill to swallow, but great leaders take ownership of everything that happens within their teams, right? It's so easy when we've got so many different stresses put on us in our businesses, in our careers, in our relationships at home, to really start to point fingers and start to blame people, situations, the world for not coming together and helping to advance your dream forward. But here's the thing, leadership isn't just about tactics and strategy, right? It's about showing up committed, connected, courageous, and clear on your vision, the team, and the results, okay? So we really, really hope that from this week, you kind of realize what your role is and are excited about the possibilities of where you can take your business, where you can take your team, and how you can advance that dream lifestyle, the dream business forward. So there are always roadblocks, right? That can slow us down and even keep us stuck. And one of the biggest and toughest to navigate is often our own thoughts, okay? It's not always the things, the tech or this or that person or the clients aren't there. Majority of the time, it's our thoughts that keep us stuck, that keep us frustrated. And we don't even really realize it, right? So we allow our thoughts and the things our beliefs that come up to really prevent us from going where we want to go. So we want to dive in to limiting beliefs. And I'm sure you guys have heard this word. Maybe you know in depth what it means. Maybe you're just like, no, I've heard it, but I'm not really sure. But limiting beliefs are beliefs about yourself, about others, and about the world, okay? And they keep us stuck and spinning our wheels when it comes to our business. So let's look at what that looks like for you, right? Again, interactive masterclass here. We want you guys to start really thinking about what are those thoughts that come into your head that stop you from moving forward, right? They could be about your own abilities, could be about the people around you, or just if you believe the world is as it is for a certain reason and you can't move past it.
Also look into when you're thinking about notice when you're blaming or feeling guilty or feeling ashamed of something. Those come from limiting beliefs, right? When you're blaming, my manager's always this way, or that's why it's this way. My husband always does this. If you are putting labels and putting things on the outside, imagine what is probably coming back on you, and that's where some of that constricting starts to happen. And those limiting beliefs not only are happening with you, but also with people around you, right? So be mindful of how you're saying it. It's always this way. I'm so tired. I'm really busy. No, I'm a very busy person. I don't have time for that. Notice those words, because those are limiting belief words. Because it's not that you're busy. We all have the same amount of time. I have the same amount of time as Alexis. Alexis has the same amount of time as her husband. Everybody has the same amount of time. Am I right? We all have the same amount of time. Do we agree? All right. Well, then why is it that some people are able to accomplish so much and others not so much because they say they're too busy?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about being busy. It's about what you prioritize. What is priority for you? If your work is your priority, then sure, you're always going to let that fall into your calendar. You're always going to let it, take over your life because you've allowed that to, right? Or think about the phone. How much time do you spend on your phone? If you were to get all that time back, how much time would that give you in a week?
Yeah, so often, and the tricky thing with limiting beliefs is that we take them as truth. We may not even see them as just a thought. We're like, this is just how it is, right? You mentioned, Mehreen, like those qualifiers, always, never. When you hear yourself being like, he's always like that. He's never going to do this. The world it's just always like this. And you're really generalizing. Those are often limiting beliefs. Does it mean that there's not some truth to them? But it's like you've just made it as this is fact, and I can't, it's out of my control. I am this way, and this is just how I am, right?
Alexis, I hear some people. It's like, I'll never get to 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Who says? You said. You said. Why is it that 4% of people get to 7 figures? Because they believe that they can, and they create it. Mm-hmm. They believe that they can, and they create it. Is that in your vocabulary, that you believe that you can and you can create it? Think about you're not thinking limitlessly. Okay? Really, really important stuff that you want to notice how you think. Oh, I never am able to do that. I don't have enough time for this. I'm going to repeat this over and over into your head. I'm going to drill it in that if you're using those words, be mindful, because that's what you're saying. I'm surviving. How many times have I heard people say that? Our clients have said that. I'm just surviving. What the heck? You just put a whole negative, place on that you're just surviving each day. Each day is going to feel hard. Each day is going to feel a struggle because your mind listens to what you say and what you think. When you start, taking over what your mind is saying and thinking, and when you start speaking in a limitless way, everything will shift around you. You can create those multiple streams of income. You can tell your manager when you can take a meeting and when you can't, right? So you guys ask me, how do you have a nonprofit, a business, I have 2 businesses and consult, and I've got a family and my husband, right? And I've got my personal life, because I'm very, very mindful of how I spend every single moment, second that I'm awake. I'm very, very intentional. So those of you who are going to be in our workshop, who made it to the bonus offer of that, achieve your 1 year in 90 days, if you follow that to a T, which our clients have, and you're going to hear about it, then you start achieving those goals, everything that you want. And when you actually see it, believe it, and intentionally go after it, you will be able to do it. This is really big stuff. And notice that your limiting beliefs are inherited conversations from the environment around you. My sister and I, born from we're not the same family, right? We had the same mother, same father. She's always, she was always struggling financially. I didn't struggle financially. When I started finally noticing and talked to her about it and had coached her through it, she realized she inherited a conversation that my mother always said. We never have enough money. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money is bad. Only blah, blah, blah. All those things. Once she started letting those things go, those limiting beliefs go, she's now debt-free in a matter of months. In a matter of months, she got, promotion, came out of nowhere. She got a really nice, bonus that also came in, really nice, paid everything off. Boom, she's debt-free. I just was sharing with Alexis last week. I was like in tears. All she had to do was shift how she was looking at her bank account, how she was speaking, that she would always say she was broke or we never have enough. As soon as she changed all of that, everything around her changed. Even her confidence has changed. So anyway,
it's so powerful. And I think we don't put enough, we don't recognize the power of our thoughts. So what are your limiting beliefs? What are the things that you're telling yourself, and what can you do about it? So, we encourage you to pause now with us. reflect, and understand that your thoughts are not truth. Okay. You want to write down your thoughts. And if you're like, I don't know what they are, pay attention over the next couple days as to the different thoughts that pop up in different circumstances or different situations you find yourself in, where maybe you want to do something and you stop, or you're kind of thinking one way and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason you shift course, even in your own mind. You want to identify the stories or they're lies, let's be serious, that you're telling yourself, and understand that you've created these lies by giving meaning to events, but that doesn't mean that it's the truth, right? And look for evidence of the opposite. You have the power to turn those lies, those stories that you tell yourself, into truth by looking for evidence that is opposite to your limiting beliefs. And when we recognize that, I have not talked to one person or myself and not been able to come up with what we call a limitless truth. Okay, so in your workbook, you'll see kind of like a chart with blanks. Above the one side, we want you to write limiting belief. Yep, with the gray. And over the other side, well, I'll get there in a second. Let's start with the limiting beliefs first.
Yeah.
And I want you to write down, I'll share some examples to get you thinking, but what are the limiting beliefs that you catch yourself saying to yourself? And this could be about you and your capabilities, okay? Or about your past, or about experiences that you've had. Could be about other people, how you believe other people to think. You believe other people are judging you, or what they're going to do, right? Or just the world as it is. So these are thoughts like, I'm not good enough. I'm not techie enough. It's too late for me, right? To go back to school, to open a business.
My ship has failed, right?
I've missed the window. I've missed the opportunity. That happens for other people, but not me, right? This is too hard. I'm not smart enough. My team doesn't get it.
What will people think?
Yeah. Or you say, people will think I'm ridiculous. People are going to laugh, right? I don't have enough credentials, right? Anyone else out there, like, I just need one more certification. I just need one more degree.
Yeah,
I still struggle with that. That is a limiting belief of myself. I just need one more certification. I'm just collecting credentials at this point in time, right? So what is it for you? And sometimes guys, they're not always bad, right? Sometimes if you say, I already know that. I already know everything about leadership training. I already know everything about your industry.
And you do. And you do.
Right?
Yeah, and you do, but are you applying it?
And do you know everything? Right? Because that thought, I already know about mindset. Okay. A, are you putting that knowledge into practice?
Mm-hmm.
And B, do you really? And is that thought stopping you from taking on a new opportunity, from taking a risk, from making a good decision? Okay. Anybody say it is what it is?
I mean, think about health, right? People with their health, they struggle with this all the time. You already know all the things that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to eat right, drink more water, exercise. Mm-hmm. But how many are you? How are you actually putting into play? I like to use this as an example. Those of you who have children, you are committed to their education. Are you not? Do you not get up every day, take them to school, make sure that they have lunch, do their homework, come home, do their homework, and then go to bed? Do you not make sure that they do that? You know why? Because you're committed to that. If you're not doing it, I don't know, what you're doing with the kids, but I need them to go to school. I don't want them to stay under my roof forever. But, if you're doing that, you're committed to something. So you have structured your life around that. You will tell your boss, sorry, I have to drop them off to school, or sorry, I have to leave because I have to go pick them up, or the bus is going to be home, so I have to be home by a certain time, right? You will say what you need to do because you're committed to that. When you're committed to working out, you will make sure that you put in that time, and you may even hire a personal trainer because you can't depend on yourself to leave the desk and go do it. So that's what I do. I hire a personal trainer because I know that they will get me off my butt and make me do it. Because I know that's something I struggle, but I'm committed to my health. So I'm going to put the structure in place to make sure I do it.
Absolutely.
When you take a course, when you sign up for a course, right? You don't even look at what time the course is or the coaching calls are, right? You're just like, I'm going to do this. And then you'll have the conversation with your manager and say, I enrolled into bettering myself, investing myself so I can create a better ROI for you in your business. So I need to have this time off every evening or every Tuesday evening or every lunchtime on Thursdays. Do you see how that works? And they will do it. You just haven't asked.
That's the thing, right? We put our limiting beliefs on other people in that, my boss won't let me do that. But have you asked? Have you had the conversation? Have you shared how important it is? Have you shared how by you investing in yourself, whether you do a coaching program, whether you do an Excel course, I don't care what it is, something to better you, have you explained it to him or her, if you've got a boss, how it's going to benefit them, how you investing in yourself and you learning that skill is going to help in your job, is going to help deliver to their bottom line, right? So
that's what they want to hear.
Exactly, right? What have you written down? So write down those limiting beliefs. And now once you've identified some, and I do recommend you take some more time after this, sometime today or tonight when you've got some time, and really kind of think, because only once you identify them can you do anything about them. Otherwise, they just seem like fact. They just seem like truth in your brain. So you're not even going to think about opposing them. You're not even going to think about refuting them, because for you, that's truth, right? And the one saying that I absolutely hate is, it is what it is. That is the biggest limiting belief I think I've ever heard. It is what it, and people will just use it for absolutely everything. And that immediately stops them. Well, if it is what it is, and I can't change it, and I can't influence, and I can't do anything about it, then, well, that's a crappy place to be, right? Is that the truth?
Yeah. That's why you feel stuck.
Exactly. So then in the second column, we want you to write limitless truth, okay, in your workbook. So you've got the limiting belief, and then you have the limitless truth.
Yeah, hold on one second, really quick. How many of you are feeling triggered? How many of you are having a headache right now? Or all of a sudden, oh, I need to go take this phone call, or I need to go look at the phone and answer this text message, or, I'll come back and watch this replay. You're probably feeling triggered right now. All of a sudden, you got something else to do because your brain doesn't want to hear this. It's conditioned to be this way. For years, you've been conditioned to be this way. So when you see these shifts getting connected with your body, you feel the shifts in your body, your head, your mind is going elsewhere right now, you're not paying attention, is because it doesn't want you to change, because then you're outside of your comfort zone. So once you really notice that, okay? I wish you could see everybody's faces.
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't feel good to be outside of your comfort zone, but growth is only possible outside your comfort zone. Okay. All right. So example, I'm going to give you a limiting belief, and then I want you to turn that belief, and you look at yours, into a limitless truth. So limiting belief, my childhood was painful and difficult. I experienced struggles today because of past traumas with my family. Okay. Well, yes, that experience has happened, and it was tough. That's not what we're debating, right? But how do we turn that? And instead of letting it hold us back, how do we allow it to help propel us forward? Limitless truth. While I recognize the importance of the events of my past, I don't let them or my relationships define me. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. Mm-hmm. Okay, do you see how that's different? Okay, another one. This is just who I am, and I can't change. Right? I hear this all the time. Well, I'm 50. I'm not gonna. I can't change now. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? Limitless truth. I evolve to be better each and every day. If I don't like the current version of myself, I can always become who I want to be, right? Even just saying them makes me feel different. Okay, and one more example just to get you guys thinking about it. So limiting belief, I'm a failure. This is a big one, especially in business. When something doesn't go right, that failed. We use that word so often. Limitless truth. I don't let one mistake or failure define me. I see myself as a winner, even though I experience setbacks.
How about unfair?
Oh, that's a good one. It's so unfair, right?
I've said it.
Sure. I would too, right?
That's not fair. Yeah.
Absolutely. So spend some time thinking about this. And the more uncomfortable you feel, the better. It means that you're growing. It means that you're making progress. It means that you're challenging what has been constructed for you, either through conversations, like you said, inherited conversations, through your environment, from your upbringing. And you know what? When we were kids, very different to the way life is right now. There was no internet when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So what our parents did and said is very different than the experience that we have now. The opportunities in business are different now than 20 years ago.
Yeah. Look what Roxanne says. Always happening to others and not me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Comparison. Okay. If you find yourself scrolling through social media and comparing yourself, this is a limiting belief. Okay. If you're comparing yourself that, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish I was on, why this always happens to other people, but not for me. If any of those are happening, you get triggered and you get depressed after looking at social media. We need to check your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably causing a lot of things internally that you don't even realize that's happening. And it's seeping into your family. It's seeping into your work. It's really, yes, Amber, yeah, comparison is very dangerous. It really does. She says, yep, it kills the soul and it's a big no-no. And a lot of people suffer from this. I mean, I really worry about my children with the social media, how many likes I get, how many comments I get, right?
Yeah.
How many people are following me, right? This is, they want to be validated by, sorry, let me turn that off. They want to be validated by what other people are thinking. Mm-hmm. And if you're caught with that, you want to really check yourself on that, because that really will give you anxiety, overwhelm.
Yeah.
If you guys are dealing with anxiety, give me a call. I suffered from anxiety for a really long time. And once I realized I did, this exercise and went through the personal growth, all of a sudden it snapped. I no longer have anxiety. Does it sneak up? Yes, but I use it as a key to see, oh, something's not right here. My body is telling me that I need to change something in the way I'm thinking or doing. Yeah. And there is a way to get out of it without having to take medication. I'm sorry, let me take that back. There are some people it's valid for them to take medication. It's, chemical imbalance. It does exist, but there is also part of the mind that you can control.
I don't know who this is because we can't see it, but this is so great. We don't realize that we're comparing our starting line with someone else's finish line. Instagram, it's a highlight reel. Right? We know that. And this is a perfect example of the limiting belief, because that is not truth. Instagram, Facebook, that is not somebody's truth. That is their highlight reel. That is what they choose to show the world. Does not mean that is their everyday life. And we take that as, oh my gosh, well, that person is doing all these things. That person is, buying the new home, but maybe their marriage is falling apart. Right? Maybe their health is falling. Who knows? Maybe they show up with a big smile, and the second that camera goes off, they are miserable, right? We don't know, and that's the whole point. We compare ourselves with everybody else's highlight reel, and we see the whole thing, the blooper reel, the B, like we see it all. We only see the best, right? The final product, or years of them working to get to a certain point, and now we're like, well, they just seem to come, overnight success. And then what do they say? An overnight success is usually 15 years in the making, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It seems like that, but we've got to check ourselves what's actually true. Okay. So did you want to add anything to that, Mehreen, before we?
I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you and adding, right? So I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. I was going to move.
Okay. I hit it. Okay. Go ahead. Are you am I frozen?
I was frozen for a second. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Perfect. So we want to move on to the next page in your workbook, right? And we're going to talk about, okay, what's going to happen if you don't make a change, right? So let's just say, you're like, this week was great, some good insights. And then, next week you get caught back and then you keep doing the exact same thing you've been doing. Okay.
I marked down the 3. By the way,
I want to put you a year in the future. You're still doing everything the same as you're doing now. Okay. Communicating the same with your partner, same, commitment or lack of to your health. Okay. You're doing the same things. I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5. Now, we're a little sneaky. So we crossed off that 3 because a 3, or if you do a 10 scale, that 5, that's such an easy comfort zone to stay in. That's not too bad. It's not too good, but it's not too bad. So we've just taken that off the table for you. Okay. So you've got to really think about it and say, okay, are you confident enough to say a 4, or is it more of a 2? Okay. So where would your health be in a year from now if you made absolutely no change and you kept doing everything you're doing now?
Yeah. So I posted something last night, Alexis. I know you hadn't seen it yet, but what I wrote was when you change your relationships, when you improve your relationships, you improve your health, and then you improve your what do you call it? Your business. I'm lost of words today. And you improve your business. And how many of you agreed with me, right? 1,000% agreed with me. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the kicker. Changing relationship, the first relationship you need to fix is yourself. Mm-hmm. The relationship with yourself. Your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your teammates, whoever it is in your community, your friends, it's not going to be at its optimal until you have the optimal relationship with yourself. It begins there. And I'm going to say this 10 times over. Until you work on yourself, nothing else will change. Mm-hmm. So you already know this.
Yeah.
That's why you guys commented.
So go through and rate yourself in these different areas: health, relationships, okay, performance, and this performance in your productivity, in the way that you're managing life, work, your quality output. Okay, business growth is another one, and quality of life. Okay, in terms of your happiness. And where do you rate yourself in those different areas?
I want to see it in the comments.
A few people said, yeah, it would be worse.
1 is poor, 5 is excellent. Yep.
Yeah. So if you just keep doing what you're doing. Taking these assessments are so crucial. And sometimes, like I said, the results aren't going to be what we want to hear. But that's great, right? Doing the assessment and recognizing where you are, where you want to go, right? And what it's going to take to get there. That's a blessing in itself. It means that you've recognized it and now you can begin to take action to move forward. So in the very last, I said the last page, Mehreen, or close to the last page, we added a bonus assessment.
Sorry, you have to add it up. You have to add up your score on this one. And times it by 4. I didn't put it at the bottom in here, but we add up their score, whatever they added up, their numbers, and times it by 4 to see where they are.
Or times it by 5?
Yeah. I'm sorry, times it by 5 or 4? Sorry. I don't remember. You made the assessment.
Let me see.
Look, guys, these things happen. And that's why you have a backup to remind you. I forgot to put it on the workbook, and Alexis totally forgot too.
Well, I forgot how genius I was when I created it. So
no, so you need to add up your score. So go ahead and add up your score. Okay. And we did it by 4, Alexis. If it was 4 questions, we did it by 5.
Yes.
Okay. So add up your score and times it by 4 and put the score in the comments.
Yes. Sorry. I now see what you were saying. Just listen to Mehreen, guys. I'm reset. I'm re-downloading a new update.
We have another assessment that we were talking about earlier. I think I confused you. So this one, we do need to add up your score and multiply it by 4. And we want to see what your numbers are, because then we're going to give you an idea. I'm checking my math. So I'm not seeing comments yet.
I'm not either.
Are we still on? Can you all hear us? Because we have been disconnected before. Or maybe we're not seeing comments anymore. Oh, here. Oh, Amanda says, I don't think I should post mine. It's okay. No, look, this is what it is. All right. Okay. If you're not 100, if you get 100, then you don't need to change anything. You're on your path to success and you're going to be just fine. But if you're under 75, then it's eventually going to go further down. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're trying to point out here. Somebody says they can't hear us anymore. Can the concierge confirm that they can you all can hear us? Are we having technical difficulties? Let's see here.
80. Yeah, girl. That's because Amanda's one of our clients.
Yeah.
Her score is 80.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay, they can hear us now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, they can hear us. Okay, great. That's the thing about StreamYard. You just don't know what's happening on the flip side. All right, so that you want to score yourself and find out where you are. Okay, you want to find out where you are. If you're under 75, you need to do some work because it's going to go downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're above 75, you're on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll continue to grow. Awesome, they can hear us. I think there's a delay when we get the comments. So
yes, and so the point of this is that we want to share with you is that this self-assessment period is absolutely critical in your growth in any area of life. So by assessing yourself, we always recommend start off with daily assessments at the end of the day. You have specific categories that are important to you and rate yourself as to, how you did in those areas. We've attached one in the end of the workbook with some of the areas that we find particularly important, but you can use those by all means, but you can also come up with your own areas to measure yourself. Because if you're not measuring yourself, you're not going to be able to see where you need improvement. Or, you know what, it might get so far that now that relationship is in big trouble. Now your health is in really big trouble, as opposed to just doing those daily and weekly reflections and assessments and being able to make changes as you go. So that's also in there for you.
Yeah, let me point out which one that is. That's this one.
Yes.
Right? This is the one that you multiply by 4. This is the one you multiply by 4, right? Yeah. So this is the one you want to either do daily, like Alexis said, or do it weekly. We prefer for you to do it daily. You should be doing self-reflection daily. That's what all high performers do. If you think about it in corporate America, even, we do assessments after each project immediately while it's fresh. So you know that what worked, what didn't work. You want to be doing that. If you want to get your mindset to another level, you want to be showing up at another level, you want to be really impacting your community, your team, you want to be practicing this self-assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Excellent. Yeah, and it doesn't take long, right? Don't think, oh, this is another thing I have to add on. It literally takes a couple of minutes before you go to bed. Just make it, just put the assessment beside your bed and do it before you go to sleep. All right. We want you guys to now start thinking about everything that we've been talking about throughout the week. And we're going to put it all together in your roadmap to success.
That's right.
Okay.
Now we're on this page 12. Page 12.
And so you'll see that there's blanks in there. And we want you to go through and fill in the blanks. My name is, obviously filling your name and today's date. Okay. And then it says today, I declare that I will no longer, and now you fill in something you've discovered about yourself this week that you want to change. And that could come directly from your limiting beliefs that you thought about today. Okay. I declare that I will no longer fill in the blank, and we'll begin. And then what are you going to do to change? Okay. So that I can finally step into my most powerful self and begin my journey to, and what I want you to put in here is come up with a fun name for your goal, your new life, what you want to create for yourself. And what are you going to name your journey? So that when you just say that, you're like, yes, you know, in your mind, you have a vision of exactly where you're headed.
It could be Mehreen 2.0.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Okay. I will make this happen by utilizing my top leadership strength of, okay. And then what's your strength, what your top strength is.
Yeah. You did that when you did on day 1, the quiz, you know what your leadership strengths are.
And I'm committed to developing the skill of fill in the blank.
And that was on your quiz also on day 1. You guys wrote it out on your homework. Do you see how this is all coming together? So day 1, you did on your homework what you were going to improve your skills of.
Yep. What you want to improve with the support of and then who are you going to rally around you to help to make sure to keep you accountable, to keep you on track, to cheer you on?
Whether it's a coach, a mentor, or friends, who is it that's going to support you? Like really hold you accountable, that knows what you're up to, and you have a structure in place to hold you accountable. This is really important.
Okay. And then I will remind myself daily of my clarity words, which are blank, blank, and blank. Fill that in from what you did on day 2 to help keep me aligned to the best of who I am. And then remember your interaction words. I will be fill in your 3 words when I'm connecting with others to be intentional about creating and maintaining positive relationships.
Right. So those words that you put on this chart for yourself clarity words and your social interaction clarity words, we did those on day 1, 2, and 3. You want to put those words in on those sentences. You can change them later if you want.
And then the next part, I will no longer accept the limiting belief that. I want you to pick the one that is a big one for you. Something you say often, something that you've thought for a long time, and it's been stopping you. And we'll now reaffirm that. And then
that's what you put on this page.
What's the limitless truth? Okay. And then my favorite part, on December 31st, 2021, I will be celebrating the accomplishments of, and then fill in what we celebrated yesterday.
With Mehreen and Alexis.
Which will get me closer to my ultimate goal of, and again, remind yourself of that big vision, that big dream vision that you have.
Yeah, multiple streams of income some of you had. Some of you was, making 90,000 in, with clients.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Hiring your husband.
Hiring your husband. Yeah. You and I. Yes. All right. So write that down.
Yep. And then the last part, I am so, and then what are you? Are you excited, ecstatic? What's the word? How do you feel about your journey ahead? And cannot wait to, and then share that. I cannot wait to share that with my family. I cannot wait to crush my goals. I cannot wait to finally take that European vacation, whatever it is for you. This is your roadmap. This is your declaration of what you're committing to for yourself. And once you have this written out, I know you feel free to type it out, write it out later, keep it by your bed. And my challenge to you is when you come back on Tuesday, as we wrap up and close out this masterclass, I want you to read it every single day. I want you to read it out loud to yourself every single day. And not just, my name is, I want you to be like, my name is Alexis. And today is, your day. And then I want you to read it with conviction. It's only today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days. You could do it. 5 days, read it out loud. And I'm going to check in with you on Tuesday.
5 days to commit to the life that you want for yourself and your family. 5 days is not much to ask. Do that and tell us how your life shifts, how you show up, how you plan your day.
Mhm.
Because when you know what your path is and your goal is for the year, you will plan your each and every day intentionally because you're committed to something. You will reevaluate what's on your calendar, what's not on your calendar. And those of you will get some of those tools tomorrow that got into the bonus. And if some of you are still want to invite people, you know what? I'm okay with that. If you invite five people and register them into our masterclass, but before tomorrow, let your concierge know. We will look for them. And, we can get you, and you're wanting to join that workshop. I want you guys to have it. We're not asking for much. We want you to build your community. These 5 people that you're inviting in are the people who will probably support you through your goals, and you would support them with their goals. Do you see how that works? Yeah, you build that community so that you are striving together because you feed off of each other's energy. You keep each other motivated. Those limiting beliefs are going to sneak in. And then you have somebody holding you accountable.
So
or
good.
you have, you join our community and we stay on you. And when you fall off, we lift you back up. It's whatever you're committed to. And if our program is not for you, you're not aligned with our core values, then find somebody.
Yeah.
Please. Your goals, your life deserves this. Your family deserves this. What are you waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
What are you waiting for?
You read my mind when you took the words out of my mouth again.
I know we're very connected, Alexis and I.
You have to find
the assessment.
What's that? Except for the assessment, yes. Sorry. You have to find somebody that you are aligned with. If it's not us, that is cool, right? We're not for everyone. We're not everyone's cup of tea, and we're okay with that, right? But find a coach, find a mentor, find a community, or if you don't build one around yourself, because you know what? You have one life. That is all we have. You owe it to yourself to make the very most of it.
Yeah.
And the environment is set up, and it is not. Most people's environment is not conducive to you plotting your own path and moving straight ahead. There are so many distractions, right? The pings of your phone, the kids, there's so many things that are so quickly pull us out of the present moment and out of what's really important to us. You need to build that in for yourself, that structure in for yourself to keep you on the path that you want for yourself and your family and your life. That responsibility, that is on you. So build it.
I want to go through this tool that we have in the back, right? I know we've got a few minutes, but let's go a little bit over if we can. I know you've got a phone call with someone, so if you
do have a phone call with one of our wonderful community, so I might have to just jump off at 3. But Mehreen, you carry on. I will silently slip away.
Yeah. So on page 14, pull out your opportunity evaluator. Okay. Yes. I want you to pull this out. This is a really great tool that, CEOs use, people use when they really want to. It may not look exactly like this. We made it look really pretty for you all because we like colors, right? This is the tool that they use when they need to make quick decisions. Mm-hmm. Need to make a really quick decision? Use this tool. I talked to someone who's done our masterclass before. She's like, she loves this tool. She's like, I've used this all day long.
It's so good.
Claudia just said she loves this tool. She uses it all the time. Because it works. You'll be very, very clear. Now, if you don't have a decision to make right now, but you've made a decision and you keep second guessing yourself, like, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right decision? Then use this tool. Okay, use this tool. Okay, so what you want to do, and what we're going to do for this one is about our program. Okay, because you are today in our masterclass, so we're going to talk about our program. Option A, do I join Mehreen and Alexis in their program? If there's nothing stopping you, do I join? Option A. Option B, do I stay where I'm at and come up with some kind of alternative path? Don't know what that is, but I'm going to use that as my option B. Okay. Now, first question to ask, question 1, the impact. Which option leads to greatest positive impact in your life? Do not use number 3. I forgot to put an X through it. But for option A, being in our program, is it going to be a 1 or a 5, a 2 or a 4? Or doing it on your own, trying to, like you have been. How does that feel? Rate yourself. So at the end of it, you can tell who our clients are. And you can follow them. You can see them on Instagram and everything, what they have accomplished. Just go back 3 months and see where they were and look at where they are now. Social media doesn't lie. Okay. I mean, it doesn't lie about what they posted. You can see the difference. All right. Your heart. Which option feels right to you and pulls your heart? Option A. Does it pull your heart to be with us? For us to take you into our community and really love you and take care of you and make sure that you're achieving your goals. Right? Why am I sought after at Kraft Heinz? Because I help people achieve their goals. I will do whatever it takes. I will keep them aligned. This is what you're doing. Everybody who works with me achieves their goals, becomes CEOs or VPs, and they get the bonuses. And I do the same thing for my clients. You can ask them, right? If you do it on your own, who do you have to count on? What does your heart feel like? Can you do it on your own? Do you have the friends or the family that will support you through it? Rate yourself from 1 to 5. Alexis has to take that phone call. So she's gone. It's just me and you. Are you back?
Just to say bye. I didn't want to interrupt you. You're on a roll. Thank you, ladies.
Right,
Catch you later on.
Thank you. All right. Number 3, growth. Which would help you grow more in your skills, your knowledge, your relationships, or as a person? Which would help you grow more? Being with us, where we already have the tools and we teach you, we go all the way through it. The whole year, you're going to go through different phases of your life, and we're going to bring them back so that it becomes second nature. We can actually teach you all of this in 12 weeks, but we keep you in for a year because you're going to go to another level and another level, right, Amanda? Amanda's in a whole nother level. And so we bring back, hello, let's talk about your mindset. Where are you? That's, option A. Option B, doing it on your own. Figure it on your own. You've probably read, self-help books. You've listened to podcasts, go on YouTube. There's all kinds of resources, and we can listen to them all day long. But do they hold you accountable? Do they know what you need at that moment? Are you able to call them and say, hey, I need some coaching on my unique situation right now? Okay. Number 4, the head. Which option is logically the best choice? Which is the stronger yes for you? Is it option A, being with us? Regardless of anything, regardless of time, money, health, whatever, what actually logically makes sense for you to achieve your goals? Or doing it on your own. It's just logic. Like, I just need to do it on my own. I can rely on myself. I haven't reached my goals before, but I will this time. I've been there, you guys. I have 2 coaches. I have one for my business. I have one for my health. Actually, I have 3. I have another one that's working with some of my trauma, my childhood trauma. I thought I've done all the work because I've gone through a lot of things, but there's some things that just showed up. It's like peeling an onion. And that's working. It's helping. It's getting me to that next level. Now, add up your score. Put option A on the left side. Put option B. Add it up. Put on the right side. And if the score for each option is between 12 and 20, see which one is pulling ahead as your decision, okay? If you don't have at least 12 points, then say no to that option. It's the other one that's better for you, all right? And then at the very bottom, if it's option A, book a call with us. Talk to your concierge. Let's have a conversation. What's stopping you? Is it time? Is it money? Whatever. We can work things out. Right? Some of you have even said that, well, I just need to get things together and then we will be able to. Those of you who already know, take advantage of that fast action bonus. You have until midnight to get that bonus of spending an hour with either myself or Alexis. You get to choose 4 times in a year. You get a whole hour. Plus you get us in the group. And you can ask our clients. We'll give you more time. But if you want that solid time on your business, you want a growth strategist, you want a relationship strategist, you want leadership strategist, like telling you what you need to do when you feel lost and confused and I can't do this anymore, or I'm doing this all alone. Think about it. What is your heart thinking? So I'm going to get off my soapbox here. And you guys, those of you who've spent the entire week, congratulations. This is the end of day 5. And guess what? We're not stopping here. So the concierge is going to put a banner up in the Facebook group. You'll have the schedule of what's happening the next 5 days, because we were in the DMs hearing what you guys are, looking for, asking questions about. So we pulled in some experts. We'll have one tomorrow talking about how to align your voice, that confidence in your voice so you can speak up for yourself and really show up, aligning your inner voice with your outer voice. Because remember, if your mindset is in the negative place, how you're speaking is going to show up. Okay, so we've got the vocal expert empowerment coach that's going to be here, Brene Hennessy. And then on Monday, we've got she's the hiring coach. She helps businesses really make the right decisions for hiring. And if you're scared to hire people or you're scared to manage people, you want to join this bonus session on Monday at 2 p.m. All right, we'll be sending you reminders. If you need a reminder, go to your concierge. If you won the VIP pass or still want to get the VIP pass, you can invite 5 friends so you can be in our workshop to achieve your 1-year goal in 90 days and get the tools for that. All right, so that concludes day 5. I'll be back in about 25 minutes with our client Daniela as she shares her journey working with us. Really great. Thank you, everyone. Have a really great rest of your evening, and we will see you in a few minutes. Thank you.